thanks a lot for staying with us. We're getting some breaking news right now that the Ministry of External Affairs has asked the Indian Embassy in the US to look into the request for immediate deportation of Wall Street Journal South Asia Deputy Bureau Chief. Remember, WSJ has been reported by many, including a legal complaint that was filed against it for its particular report on Delhi riots, which quoted slain IB officer Ankit Sharma's brother as claiming that the mob who attacked Ankit was chanting Jai Shri Ram. Now, of course, Republic TV had spoken to Ankit Sharma's brother, who categorically denied that he said anything of the sort. In fact, he is on record with almost all other publications and networks, including Republic TV, and he never mentioned it to anybody. Now, remember that WSJ report says they have a telephonic conversation on the same, but they're yet to release it. My colleague Niranjan is joining us on the phone line with more. Niranjan, what are you learning more about the request being transferred to US Embassy? Why?
Well, that's the latest, news alert that we've received, and there is also a screenshot which tells you the status of this case. Now, the External Affairs Ministry, in a notification that we've seen, in an update in this case, has said, and I quote, the subject is request for immediate deportation of Wall Street Journal South Asia Bureau head Eric Bellman, based in India, for anti-India behavior. Now, the status of that document is under process, and in the remarks section, it says, please look into it. And this we have been told, and that's the latest update that we have now. Also, that's an update that's been posted by news agency Prasar Bharati. That's a government mouthpiece, which is also confirmed that the Ministry of External Affairs has asked the Indian Embassy in America to look into the request for immediate deportation of WSJ's South Asia Deputy Bureau Chief Eric Bellman, who's based in India, for anti-India behavior. So it is confirmed now. And like you mentioned a few minutes back, Shivani, the family of Ankit Sharma also came out and spoke about how, this was one big lie as far as their claim on the men who killed Ankit Sharma shouting Jai Shri Ram. I think that was the crux of it. And on the Wall Street Journal, on the 26th of February, there was an article, and I'm quoting from the article, that said that Mr. Sharma was returning home when a group of rioters started throwing stones and charged into the street near where his house is located, his brother said, and they had quoted his brother, adding that the report then, went on to quote the brother, Ankur Sharma, as saying, they came armed with stones, rods, knives, and even swords. They shouted Jai Shri Ram. Wall Street Journal back then had said that we have recording, we have it on record, we will publish it, etc. Nothing that we've seen so far. And the family of Ankit Sharma had gone on to, of course, contradict it, saying that, they had completely lied about it, and that Aam Aadmi Party, Zahir Hussain, was responsible. But I think we're getting in some more responses. I'm handing it back to you as you take this forward.
Amit Malviya of the BJP is joining us, IT cell head. Amit, your first response on the government, the ministry at least in this case, wanting the US Embassy the Indian Embassy in US rather, to take forward this request?
I think it should just tell you that India is no more the petri dish of these foreign media agencies, that they would write something about us, factually incorrect stuff, and get away with it. There are legal processes by which this matter has been raised to the American authorities, and they will take note of it and do what is appropriate, because the bureau chief of the concerned publication is right now residing in India. And as an American citizen, he is responsible and liable and answerable to the agencies. But the Indian government stand has made it very clear that India is no more a pushover. No foreign agencies or publication can decide how they want to shape the narrative regarding India, and this should send a message to people who think that they can get away with gross violations.
Well, this isn't just about narrative, isn't it, Amit? This is about some of the facts that were reported in one of the reports, and it was called out quite widely on social media also, and here on Republic TV also we had spoken to the family of Ankit Sharma to put their record forth. Now, opinion is one thing, narrative is one thing, but what you report as quoted to someone else is not open to your interpretation. Now, what do you make of the fact, Amit, that Wall Street Journal has so far not put out the audio that they claim they have with Ankit Sharma's brother?
Well, that is, of course, very poor standards of journalism, that you misquote somebody, particularly on an issue which is so widely reported, and you have the deceased brother on several media channels speaking out with a great deal of consistency on what happened that day. Clearly, Wall Street Journal needs to step up its journalistic ethics. That's just one part of it. The other part, of course, is about meddling in India's internal affairs and misreporting it so as to malign its image globally. That is the bigger issue, and that is why the government and the agencies have taken the step that they have taken. And clearly, it's for the American embassy to make note of what the citizens are doing here, and of course, in gross violation of the laws and the standards for journalism that we have set here in India.